De La Hoya. De La Hoya's meteoric rise has left him determined to win. But the more experienced Robinson is looking to shatter De La Hoya's dream.
I mean, I'm the youngest one here in the U.S. team, and just winning the gold medal would mean a lot because of my age.
By me being older, I feel as though I can go in there, I can bully him around.
Teammates, yet rivals. Only one can win the gold. Which man will it be?
Studio tonight, Larry. He's the main event. 17-year-old Oscar De La Hoya of Los Angeles has emerged as a rising star in the boxing galaxy. But now is his chance to prove that he's not just a shooting star, but a fighter to be reckoned with for years. Standing in the way, though, is another American on the same mission, to win the gold medal. He's featherweight Ivan Robinson of Texas, who's fought De La Hoya twice before and lost both times. But Robinson's looked sharp here at the Goodwill Games, and Oscar De La Hoya knows he can't leave anything to chance if he expects to come away with gold. Another feature attraction is another face.
The song says the bluest skies you'll ever see are in Seattle. Few would deny it from that shot. That's the Goodyear Blimp Columbia. The captain tonight is Joel Chamberlain. And there's the view of the famed stadium named after me, the Kingdome, here in Seattle, where the Mariners and the Seahawks play. Get a little carried away after 17 nights, folks. What are they going to do? Name the whole county after me. Hannah Storm and Nick Charles are here. Nick, people were talking about Oscar De La Hoya even before this tournament.
They were. You talked to him a few nights ago here, Larry, in fact. And who doesn't love a puncher? That's the thing. Plus the fact that he's got so much poise and he's still in high school. 17-year-old Oscar De La Hoya has rapidly won a degree of fame in amateur boxing. He's learned much for one so young. Like any good boxer, he's learned not to let his focus drift. Let's hear his journey to these Goodwill Games.
My family has given me all the support I needed for my journey to the Goodwill Games. I mean, without the family support, I don't think I would be in boxing. My dad was a pro fighter. I should owe it all to him for pushing me through all my years, and when I didn't want to go to the gym, you know, he would push me every day. My uncles go to the gym every day, and I really like that. Whenever they're there, I think I do better in sparring, because I like to impress them. In East LA, it's pretty rough, all the gangs and stuff. Just going to the gym every day keeps you away from the streets. I do like to think like a man. I don't like to be immature, and in school too, I don't like to be immature. I like to be serious. And I plan to go to college to major in architect. I mean, I think I could be somebody. I don't really fit the stereotype kind of boxer that comes from East LA. I have all the support I need right here, and I think that's what it takes to make it to the top.
Good man, Oscar De La Hoya. Don't blink now. We've got two United States fighters going for the gold medal in the next bout. Let me explain quickly how this happened. In the featherweight class, Oscar De La Hoya of Los Angeles and Ivan Robinson of Philadelphia just happened to end up in opposite brackets of the draw. So the only possible way they could meet was in a finale for the gold medal. And that's where they are, in the finale for the gold medal. Oscar De La Hoya of Los Angeles, Ivan Robinson of Philadelphia are set to decide the featherweight title in the 1990 Goodwill Games. Covering it at the Seattle Center Coliseum, our man Steve Albert. Steve?
At the Seattle Center Coliseum, Steve Albert, Randy Gordon, and Mel Proctor. Well, this afternoon we saw some outstanding boxing. This one has the ingredients to be action-packed too. They will go for the gold in the 125-pound weight division. And for the first and only time in this competition, it's the U.S. versus the U.S. Ivan Robinson out of Philadelphia, impressive at these games, going head-to-head with teammate and reigning U.S. champ Oscar De La Hoya of Los Angeles, the youngest boxer in the Goodwill Games at age 17. The young but highly regarded De La Hoya stopped Lee Sang-hun of Korea in round 3 and then decisioned Irat Hamatov of the Soviet Union 4-1. He has beaten Ivan Robinson twice, once at the 90 Nationals for the gold and then at the 89 National Golden Gloves also for first place. Oscar De La Hoya. 17 years of age, has 11 members from his family here at the Goodwill game. Ivan Robinson.
He's 19 years old.
He decision Kerker Kekorov of Bulgaria 4-1, and then stopped Batgatin of the Soviet Union in the third round. Ivan Robinson out of Philadelphia. And the referee is Valery Frolov of the Soviet Union. And this is it, the final bout of the 1990 Goodwill Games.
These two have met twice before, with Oscar De La Hoya winning decisions in both of them. One of them was a very close decision, and that was the last time they met.
De La Hoya said he learned how Robinson boxes in the two previous encounters. He learned how Robinson boxes and moves. Oscar says he'll box more today and give Robinson a good lesson. De La Hoya perhaps the best on the U.S. team in terms of boxing and punching ability, and probably the best all-around athlete on the U.S. squad. Really likes to throw straight punches.
But Ivan Robinson is just really unsung. He can box. He's not the greatest puncher in the world, but he's got a big heart, a good chin, and he likes to rumble.
Quick hands. Ivan Robinson wants to prove he is more than just quick, that he can also punch. And as we have talked about before, the idol of Oscar De La Hoya is the great three-time world champion Alexis Arguello. Patterns his life and style after the great Arguello. Oscar De La Hoya wearing the red top, Ivan Robinson in the blue.
De La Hoya is a tremendous puncher with the left hand, whether he's throwing it in a jab, hook, or uppercut to the body.
De La Hoya looking to measure Robinson out past the midway point, round one. Robinson hopes to become an accountant someday, planning to start his college career in the fall on a scholarship. Meanwhile, De La Hoya is an artist who hopes to become an architect.
There's the rumble started by Ivan Robinson, standing right in front of the heavy puncher, De La Hoya, who says, come on, let's rumble.
This is Philadelphia versus Los Angeles. East meets West. Soft jab, the point jab by De La Hoya, trying to set up the right. Good left there by Robinson.
A double left hand, both landed.
Robinson doubling up nicely.
Robinson trying to keep the pressure on. Actually, Robinson likes it when a man hunts him down. He doesn't like to have to go look for a box.
Looks like Robinson is dictating the tempo, but back comes De La Hoya with a good flurry to the midsection. Robinson working the body. Final 10 seconds of the first round. Good exchange there. And Robinson looking good.
You got to pick up the ball this run. Don't steal it. Remember, we're going to back him up with that jab. Back him up.
From Utica, New York, Mr. Tony Filippelli. Judge number 4 from Los Angeles, California, Marco Safaraz, and judge number 5 from the GDR, the German Democratic Republic, Mr. Stefan Klaus.
Near the end of the round, it was Ivan Robinson putting on the pressure, had a couple of right hands blocked, took a counter shot, and the two then stood in close and started to wail away. It was more than a feeling out round. They both landed punches with bad intentions. I thought it was a little better round for Ivan Robinson, the man you're looking at.
Tom Mustin out of Tacoma, Washington, urging him on as we head into round two. This is for the gold in the 125-pound weight division. Robinson trying to pour it on here against his U.S. teammate, Oscar De La Hoya. More action from Robinson.
I think De La Hoya wants to really set up, use the big ring, and use his outstanding and hard left jab. But Ivan Robinson won't let him do it.
Even though De La Hoya is only 17 and doesn't have much experience, this has to be considered an upset should Robinson prevail. That's solid right by De La Hoya, but it was caught by Robinson.
Partially caught. Some of that did get in.
He may have been stung by it, Robinson. He sort of took a step back and a big, deep breath. Now the pace slowing down as they continue to find the opening, or at least look for it. Great concentration in the eyes of De La Hoya.
On the part of Robinson, too. Tremendous respect these two have for one another. What I see happening in about another year or so, I think De La Hoya at 5'11" is just not going to be able to hold 125 pounds. I see him moving up to about 132, and Ivan Robinson's taking over at this weight for the United States. That'll give them a real good 1-2 combination. Robinson at 125, De La Hoya 132.
Maybe the